it's like you know them white centered TV programs in Africa, like every day there's a child dying in Africa from hunger. But do you know every second there's a man out here having a woman taken off for idiot?
So what?
It's me, HadieLeonie.
And it's your girl, JojoRenée. And you are tuned into episode 18 of Bite the Bullet podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So today we got some finish in the building.
Yeah, I want to hear this one.
I don't think y'all ready because we had played this and we had to practice it because it's so hard. But yeah, this is how you say
18.
You ready?
Need to see the spelling again.
18.
18. It's episode
18. Welcome to episode 18.
18 in.
Yo.
Finish. She said finish.
Finish. Because we just started.
Period.
I had to.
I know. You just come from looking at that fire intro. That fire.
Thank you, Kristen.
Intro.
Thank you so much.
And we didn't really get into us even being in the studio.
No.
But before we even start, I really want to take the moment, right now on our podcast, to thank Kristen.
We appreciate
you
so much.
And Media for having us in this space and helping us. Are you bigging us up for the quality, the intro and everything? But really and truly, thank you, girl.
Yeah, it's the behind the scenes that really do
everything.
I'm watching her right now. I know you just see the cameras, but I'm watching you.
I appreciate it. We tell her so much. I think you're tired of us at this point. But
now we just start.
We just start. But yeah, we're in the studio, girl.
We are in the studio. This, honestly, for me, in the beginning, it was a bit surreal. In my head, I was like, yo, we was on the couch. I mean, we on a couch.
Yeah.
But the quality, I'm watching the quality for me when we had I had walk-in on the first day. And the cameras were set up and I see the TV and I was like, wait, what? We used to put it on my laptop to mirror from my phone and the laptop would stick.
Even work.
So I was like, nah, this is a leap. The mountain of Sabre, we was at the bottom and now we're up here. So for me, it's big, and I'm really excited to see where we going even more. I feel like this year for us has been big. We launched, we went SM, we did our SM tour.
London and then SM,
we went London. We've already shown ourselves that we could do so much. So I'm excited. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I don't know. Of course, when you start something, it's like where you gonna go with it. But the fact that I don't know, sometimes I'll be sitting on my couch and I'll be like, wow, since we recorded the first episode here, I'll just be on my couch and I'll just be like, wow, we really don't come on this couch no more to do episodes.
Yo, I miss
it. But I like it. I like the getting ready, because before I used to be in my house and I don't feel like I used to do the most to get ready for the episode.
We just set up the mics, the camera, and that's it. You changed your carpet once.
Exactly.
That was it. That had me shook.
I watched the episode of the day. Okay, we watching some episodes and Jordy was like, hey, you changed your
We were talking about a whole serious topic and I'm looking at the carpet the whole time nah, I'm not tripping.
Yeah, but it's even you used to have to leave your house to come at me, but I never had to leave my house. And I think it's a good putting myself in the mood yes, I'm going to record today and putting myself in a mindset and going somewhere else. It's just, I don't know, it's a different energy.
Plus for me it takes half the time now.
Yeah,
so I'm not gonna lie. I used to be leaving your house 11 o'clock, reach home 12.
It's rough. Yeah.
But yeah, we here.
And I think, are you wondering where we are going with this? And we have some things as we progress, we're gonna announce them. It's not like we're going to just lay it all out on this table.
We gotta leave some suspense. You need to wait. Patience.
Exactly. But
it's coming.
That things are coming. We're gonna shift it up a bit. As we move forward.
And the question of our episode, how are you doing? How are you doing?
I am really good.
You glowing.
I just had a week off, so just really making sure I sleep into the gym, eating well, my vitamins. Tell you. Last time was I really big on my vitamins. And then ashwagandha. Oh, you said
ashwagandha.
Ashwagandha. I have that on my list to buy next week. And MSM. Yes. So like
You know
just
the
really
vitamin.
into my health, and I feel like my skin
Love
is
that.
sorry. I feel like my skin is glowing.
Mm-hmm.
So
You
I just
reading
really
up your
good.
books.
And my books, I just in a really good space.
I love that. I could see it.
Yes.
From time you had to walk
How
in
can
the
you tell?
building, I was like, look at this glowing girl. I didn't even see the sun. I saw you. I was like, wow.
Yeah. And you?
I'm good, girl. I'm chilling. I'm a bit cold. It's getting colder, guys.
Yeah.
Y'all know I don't like it. I'm gonna start to look like a biscuit very soon. I'm a blend in with these.
You see
So,
the shade on Twitter? They had like, oh,
all the light skinned girls gonna look like
sugar
biscuits.
cookies. They
Oh,
say.
yeah. Yeah. It
Mm-hmm.
really do be like that though. Like I find I was talking to my mother on FaceTime and I was like, Ma, is it me or I just look like I look tired? And she was like, no, you're just losing, your
Yeah,
color.
that's true.
Yeah, but it's fine. It's fine. I've been taking my
Yeah.
vitamins, so maybe it might do something.
Mhm.
But other than that, I'm good. Chilling, gym, the
Yeah.
usual, work, life, great.
Mhm. And your birthday is coming soon.
Oh gosh, my birthday's coming soon.
It's quicker. It has come quicker than you think now, because it's like, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what I doing for my birthday though, but
Yeah.
we gonna see. I feel like now you got me thinking I might do something big this year.
We'll see.
But yeah,
But
so
yeah, this week I was home. I hate at the same time when I'm home because I just pick up my phone a bit too much. Like I like when I have to. Okay, I ain't saying I like to walk, but like I like having the routine of getting up, going somewhere, investing my hours into something
you
else.
feel like you're doing something.
Yeah, and I try to have a routine when I'm home on vacation, but like I just pick up my phone, and I remember you talk about that when you was taking your detox. The amount of times I pick up my phone, I was like, "Hey,
Yo,
get it together." But what when like everywhere I go, like the Smith family has taken over
yeah,
the internet,
yeah.
and I
You
was
can't
like,
run from it.
"Nah," and I was like, "We gotta get into the Jada Pinkett Smith of it all."
I
this
really want to
episode.
hear your thoughts because I have a thought on it, and I don't think everybody going to like want to hear it.
Now I want to
So
hear your thought. But it's like,
no,
where you can start? Because I feel like this
okay,
has been going on years, and everybody
yes.
tired of it being back.
And if you don't know what's going on, we're not gonna explain it because Google is free. But
Period.
I don't know. For me, I feel like people be saying she's doing too much, but I think to a level the media is doing too much and people running with it.
Mm.
You don't know what's going on behind closed doors. Even Will, he had put out a video saying like official statement. And then he just shows all the places he visited and like he was so unserious. And I think it's because they all know what's going on behind closed
Yeah.
doors and they know it's not that deep. And I also listened to a podcast with like, Jay Shetty.
Mm-hmm.
She was on his 3 days ago. So very, very recent.
Well, he was on her Red Table Talk.
Yeah.
I think more than once, actually. Or even
Yeah, a while back because they became good friends and stuff.
Yeah.
And she was just talking about how everything unfolded from the beginning. Like she mentioned
Oh.
how she and Will haven't been together since 2016.
Yep.
And when he came on the Red Table Talk, she wanted to like voice that, like let everybody know. And he wasn't ready for that. And she felt like it continued that narrative of like her being this woman who betrayed him and stuff like that. And she understood that he wasn't ready, but at the same time, it was just a lot of stuff that people was quick to judge on that she felt like wasn't the real story. And in the Chris situation, Chris Rock, his name is Chris Rock, right?
Chris.
When Will slap him, people was
Yeah.
confused then too because they're saying if y'all wasn't together from 2016, why is he defending you as his wife?
She
And
talk about on the
yeah, she said like he and Chris had history. Like they had something before her, well, before that night in general. And she was there as family. She wasn't even there as his wife. And she mentioned like when he said like don't talk about my wife, she also was like, oh shit, I am his wife, but we're not together. And she mentioned that people was talking about how she had looked at Will, and her like explanation for that was before the show or before wherever. She saw that Chris is the host and she told Will like he's going to say something, like he's going to joke about her. And when he did, she looked at him like, you see, I told you.
Yeah.
But everybody took that as she looked at him to do something. So that's why I feel like I don't want to come for her like that because I feel like a lot of people have been like putting out headlines and just stuff and running with it to the point where it's like, you don't really know what's going on.
No, but I feel like a lot of people on the internet checking like I tired of listening to them, but then block your ears. It's cool. Keep pushing. I don't get why people are so invested in a relationship at the end of the day that don't have nothing to do with them, And it's like the media, like, okay, yeah, I also part of the problem. Like, I seen it on my thing, but I'm not taking it in fully. I just like, oh, they're trending again. But I'm not going to put all my energy in commenting down
Exact.
below. Like, I sick of these people, just need to get it together. And I
Just keep
the
scrolling.
whole like vibe and like negativity that they sending towards her for this whole thing, I just find is wild. But like a big thing people are having is like what you say, that she now have this label as like she don't respect will and the whole narrative that, well, to a degree, like I get that if you're in a relationship, even as a man or a woman, whatever, that you should like respect your partner. You don't have to air
100.
everything out on the internet. But I don't understand why people making it seem like I don't know, like she can't speak. And I feel like on the other hand, it's like, let a woman speak. Like, this is her life. This is her experience. A lot of people just look up to celebrities, like, to say, like, okay, I've been through stuff, she been through stuff. Like, I can relate to a certain level. And it started with her red table talk. I feel like people feel like she used to air too much out on her table.
Yeah.
And they couldn't understand.
It's red table talk.
Like, what... Even like sitting and listening to this podcast, and technically that was a podcast when you look at it. Yeah. It was a visual one back in the time when podcast wasn't as visual as it was. She started on Facebook, but it's just like what you expect a person to do if they have a TV show or whatever it was, talking about life experiences, and they're not going to talk about their experience.
Like, my thing is, like, people also get upset when you're so invested in a relationship and they don't post, or you don't know what's going on. Yeah. People are like, come on guys, like, we need, but then when they give you everything raw, it's like, now you can just judge and you have an opinion on the whole situation. So for me, it's like, even them bringing Tupac in it.
Yeah, but that's because she literally come out and...
He's her soulmate.
Yeah.
But she mentioned that they had no physical attraction to each other. He is her soulmate in the sense of, you find a friend and that's like your soul mate. They have it like your soul bond or soul
bond, yeah.
Exact. For her, she meant it in that way. Like, she didn't mean it in the way that, like, she would have rather be with Tupac. Because they literally said yuck to kissing each other. She mentioned that. Like, okay, not everything she mentioned could be true, but it's just levels to it where it's like, people take things and they run with it. The whole soulmate thing, I get it, because if somebody said that and they have a husband, I'll be like,
Yeah, but I know there's some people that have stories of like they don't end up with a person that they like the one that gets away whole like type. Maybe for Tupac, if he was alive, he'd tell us to this day Jada was the one that get away. We don't know. We don't know their story, but like maybe Jada didn't feel that way. But like people just really here now like having this thing of like Jada making Will look stupid, and I just like the whole energy that we shifting towards him. You feel like she have him looking stupid?
Yeah, but in my head is like, okay, what if the roles was reversed too?
But
because you know what it is, Will is a very, everybody loves Will. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I feel like he's such a likable man, and we don't know that much about Jada, that is that level of, we gon' back Will regardless.
But it's like favoritism, I guess. Exactly. Because if it was anybody else, and then at the end of the day, do you know how many times man be having women out here looking like stupid?
I'm not gonna lie, when she said he wasn't ready to say that they'd separate, in my head I was like, you just making her look more like the villain.
Wait, who say what?
Remember when I had mentioned that when he came on the Red Table Talk, she wanted to mention to the world that they wasn't together anymore, but he wasn't ready. In my head, it's like, you're going to just continue that narrative of what's going on now, that she's just doing you bad.
Yeah.
So it's levels to it where I'm not saying Will, we don't know the situation.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Will is like feeding into it, but there's levels of questionable things where it's like, you can't really have an opinion because you don't really know what's going on.
No, and to me, it's not necessarily about them. I just want people to question, like, why they looking at things and then, like, having these narrative, like what I just say. Like, where's this energy when man have women out there looking stupid all the time, but all of a sudden now it's Jada Pinkett Smith. And it's like, we have all the energy, especially a lot of men I've been seeing have all the energy to come for her all the time. And I just, like, it's like, you know, them white-centered TV programs in Africa, like every day there's a child dying in Africa from hunger. But do you know, every second there's a man out here having a woman taken off for idiot. Like, it's the same thing. But like, I don't know, and I just don't get it at all.
Yeah, I just feel like men have more ego when it comes to their image and all of that. So I feel like for them, it's like, I can't have this being done to me. So they put themselves in that position and they have to defend it. Because, like, you can't be
Yeah.
doing this to men. But when it's women, for one, women don't mind another woman getting done bad.
That.
As fuck up as it sounds, women won't back women as hard as men would back men. And I feel like that has a lot to do with it, where it's like, we are, a lot of us getting done dirty out here, and a lot of us speak on it, but a lot of women are like, oh, that's her problem. But when a man get done dirty, it's like, nah, guys, huddle up, we need to, do some
Yeah,
damage
true.
control. So I feel like that's the difference in this whole situation.
And they already hate us. So then your woman have you out here. And that's why they had, like, they come for Will. They did come for Will. He slapped Chris. Because it was just like, why you out here, like, almost damaging your...
Yeah, that was dumb, though.
It was. But I feel like a lot of men have feel like, why would you go up there and do that for a woman that always talking shit
Yeah.
about you, making it seem like he shouldn't back his woman. And I realized that, like, that's also another thing I just question. Like, people, like, maybe it's our generation type thing. Like, they don't believe anymore in, like, riding.
Yeah, no.
I don't know if I would ride to how they ride.
You don't need to ride or die, but just ride.
I'm not coming here to die, but just like
I ain't taking no
I
bullet
ain't
for
coming
you.
here to die, you know. That's saying like I did not come here to die, you know. Like I ain't come to do that. But at the same time, like that level of riding, now we come to find out, okay, they was never together. So it's like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it didn't even make sense at this point.
Yes, but at the time, I was just like, it's beautiful to see like a man
back
to some level, like back his woman, and I don't see her talking about him all the time at the experience of their marriage as her not being there for him or whatever. She's just talking about what's going on in her life.
Exactly.
But they was really coming for him for that, and I just think maybe it's our generation and the generation after thing, like they don't see the value or they don't see it as necessary to like go that hard for your person. Or like if you're married or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or whatever.
But if you really think of it, no. I noticed that too. Like now that you say it, I really see it, where it's like you don't really see people riding for their person, but also even like, I don't know, in terms of men like really brushing off other women. That, I'm sorry, I used to love that. Where it's like, if you're checking somebody, he like, nah, like, hold it down and have a girl. Now they just entertain, but to the point where it's like, it's not cheating,
like,
yeah. And that I feel like, but with Love is Blind, sorry, I gotta bring it up. Milton backed Lydia, big time, with Uche, when he came about, she was crazy, this and that. He was like, yeah, you're in a dimension, and I'm in a dimension. And we will just have to see things differently. But how he scientifically backed it,
yeah. He did it in a very calm,
he really did
way.
And I do feel like it is present. It's just not as present because people so worried about themselves. This whole individualistic like trend that's going on. I feel like a lot of people, even if they have a significant other, they still more worried about themselves.
Yeah, I ain't saying go up on the stage and slap
a nigga. You ain't gonna slap man for me.
For your partner. But like just the actual backing of like supporting this person. But I think, if you don't see your partner as like your, because I had to ride for my friends. I had to ride for my best friends. And if your partner, you don't see them as your actual core friend, like a best friend, you're not good. And that goes back to the whole, like, they don't really love. They hate the people that they with.
Men don't really love us.
No. So that's why like we're gonna forever have that problem.
Yeah.
But
they also see us more as a possession. You don't have to really back your possession unless it's being taken. So if somebody coming for your possession is like, they can't have it, so it's fine. But if they taking it, that's when the ego pops in and it's like, nah, you can't have her, she mine. So that's the thing where it's like, I feel like that's the shift where, especially with a lot of man, is like, I mean, you have this trend about girls saying, my man, my man, my man.
Oh, yeah. Thank you to my man.
Yeah. But I feel like with men, especially, even I felt that a lot. I always felt like, not always, like a trophy. Whereas, like, they just have me to say they have me. It's not a matter of...
I feel like that's a deeper conversation that have to do with your skin color, but...
It's not a matter of, like, the deeper connection or stuff like that. It's more so, like, nah, this looks good.
Yeah, but your whole... but if you're your possession, I still feel like you should value your possession and, like, know what it's worth. And
have you seen men's rooms? And you see how they just throw the PS4 controller? And that's like one of the top top possessions. They just fling that shit across the room.
Oh
So
my
I
gosh.
don't know. But in terms of like with Jada and what she was saying, because a lot of people say like she was saying too much, do you feel like she was oversharing in the sense of like what she was putting out there?
No, because like us having this podcast, like I do feel like if you with somebody, I'm not going to go out there and tell people the details of whatever.
Yeah.
Like even if I get somebody and I come on this couch, like are you going to never hear me?
Nope.
Or even like my past relationships, like you can never see me sitting on a couch and tell y'all exactly what happened and this happened in this situation and he said and then this and like no, y'all gonna never know what's going on. But and even I was saying with like men, I probably have that with like friends I don't talk to no more, like ex friends. I would never come on this couch or whatever and like openly share details. But I'm going to talk from experiences because we did talk about like friends that we don't talk to more or like situations that we've been in. And I don't feel like she doing the most to that regard. Like if she come on, like it's different if like Will came out and like bash her or whatever and then she come with some energy of like, yeah, but you did this, da, da, da. I would never, I feel like it's different if you get what I mean.
I understand.
But like, yeah.
You more generalize it when you speak on things.
Yeah, but if somebody come and like air out all my business, then
it's a different story.
Insert our sound right there with the gunshot. But like, I'm not going to choose the high road. No, but I feel like if you're just talking from a general place, what's the issue type thing.
It's true. Because I feel like for her, she wrote the book and everything. And now people won't have questions around it. You need to give context. And as much as she not coming for Will, she talking about her life and he's a big part of her life.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, he's going to be in it. But for me, it's just I feel like all the hate she getting right now is not...
it's not warranted.
It really isn't. Because if the shoe is on the other foot, or you wouldn't be riding for the woman in a situation like that. And it's just that simple.
No. But you feel like... Okay. Because we do have a podcast. Like, let's say you do get in a relationship or you had a relationship. Like,
what
level is like, what is...
Oversharing?
Yeah. What, like, let's take them out of the equation. Like, what is the boundary? Or what would you say, okay, now you oversharing?
I don't need to know about things in your past that don't apply or aren't relevant to what is now. So if there's triggers, yes, talk to me about it. But I don't need to know how you had Jessica up on a wall or, like something like that. Like,
yeah.
I don't need to know your body count. I don't need to know anything that's not relevant.
Yeah. But what about like entanglements? Like we know about August Alsina and like what happened there. You feel like that was oversharing? Like she could have kept that to herself.
Bye. I feel like August just wanted to be in the light a little bit.
Because did he announce it? I think he was the one that announced it.
He brought that out to light. So I think she wanted to keep that to herself. But he was like, nah, guys, I want to get in the,
The mix.
Yeah.
That's true. But I forget he was the first one to... He make a whole song.
That was petty.
Show you. That's to show you. So...
But like...
We probably wouldn't even know.
But you feel like my man would need to tell me about like an entanglement in terms of like what he had before? I don't know if I would want to know
about
like
what a person telling you. I mean, like, for example, if you're on the podcast, what would be oversharing? Like your man said, I don't want you saying this
me
and this. Yeah,
talking.
Yeah.
I ain't telling you anything.
That's what I mean. Like, because Jada telling us a lot of shit. So it's like what you feel would be crossing the line of telling people.
You know the difference is I feel like they're too big. Like they big. So for them it's like people have questions that I don't think people gonna ask me about my business.
No, but we also don't know what's going on with Beyonce and Jay-Z.
And we also don't know where we're gonna be, so yeah, but
I mean like there's a difference. But we don't know what the hell what happened in the elevator to this day. I want to know what happened in the elevator with Beyonce and Jay-Z, but I don't feel like we're gonna ever know.
No.
So like that's what I mean. But then you have like a Jada and Will, it's like we know like everything. Specifics now, and it's just like
that wouldn't be me. I would be Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Yeah,
for sure.
Same.
You might get a gist of it, but you're not gonna get a specifics because one specific you could create 10 other specific theories on that and run with them. Like with a Jay-Z and Beyonce, you just have imagination.
Yeah,
they give specifics, and people literally still have 5,000 different other stories. Yep. And I don't need that type of negativity in my life. Like, genuinely.
Okay.
But what you feel, because for me, I thought you meant like in a relationship self.
I mean,
with oversharing.
With the person? I didn't think about that. But, like,
do you think there's a level of oversharing that you wouldn't want in your relationship?
I feel like as the years go by, you're going to find out everything. Like, I don't need, like, in the first couple months, like, the girl with the
No.
whole Google form. Like, I don't... I don't need you to fill out all that information. I feel
No.
like as conversations go by, as time goes by, like I even tell you on this, not this couch, but in the podcast, I like, I had know everything about the last person I was with, and they had know everything about me, like down to like, gonna sound weird, like crushes.
Yeah.
That's a whole other conversation. But like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I think as time goes by, you build that level of trust and bond back to them being your best friend, you're going to find out everything. You might find out their body count, you might find out those things, but it's never gonna be from a place of like using it to assess if I should be with the person.
And for me, it's like if that comes out, it comes out. But I'm
not
not curious about those things.
Yeah.
Exact. I'm really not
if
curious
it
about
naturally
those
happen, you talking about it in a conversation, and then yeah, it might come out. But I don't feel like you feel like there's a level of oversharing if you're in a relationship. Because I feel like there might be a difference if you dating and getting to know the person. Okay, maybe they don't need to know specific things. But if I now choose to like get with you, like, not that it's my right to know everything. Like, there's a line. I'm not going in your phone. I don't need to know unless we getting married or whatever. Like, you know, I don't know. I did know the person's bank account, like PIN code. But like,
that's understandable.
If you live with the person, you find out those kind of things. That's what I mean. Like, can you really overshare when you're in a relationship though?
I think there's levels of like, you have conversations, you get to know each other more. I just feel like, I don't know, I guess for me, some things I just don't feel like I need to know. Where there's information.
Like what you just say, like body count and like.
No, with body, yeah, I don't necessarily feel like I need to know. We can have the conversation. I don't mind. I'm open to having that conversation because I don't think it's that deep. And that's why I feel like I don't need to know.
Yeah.
For me, your past is your past. You didn't even know me then. Hello, let me introduce myself. You know, so with those things, but not even just body count. It's more so just like certain things in your past that are just irrelevant in the sense of like it adds nothing to the relationship. There's no background to it. You just saying stuff.
Like it don't add context to who the person is.
Exact.
Yeah.
I feel like some things I don't know.
That's why I say I don't think I need to know it, but as time goes on, you're probably just going to end up knowing it.
Yeah, I think I never had that situation where I was able to really reach that level with a man and be with them for so long.
Yeah.
To know that I could know everything.
Yeah.
Like I was just on the surface of a lot of stuff. I think I got quite deep, but it still was quite surface level. So I don't know how I would feel in that situation of really knowing the deepest, darkest secrets of a man. I wouldn't mind. I could take it. I hope.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just some things I feel like if you're not comfortable telling me, but it's also something that's not detrimental to like the relationship, I don't need to know.
Yeah.
Like I'm okay with dying not knowing certain information.
But I feel like I know. But I feel like if you after 20 years, like you can just
it's probably different.
Ring call then FaceTime, and then
hey Jenny, what's up? Tell me.
And then you're going to find out like actually end up knowing everything, and then it's just like
true. Yeah,
it's not as I say, in an interrogation, but
nah. It's more so we just exchanging information because something maybe remind us.
Like, you know, but it's happening with friendships too all the time. Like, up to the, like...
My friends know everything.
Yeah, but even, like, naturally, like...
Yeah.
You just end up knowing stories. Like, I remember for my birthday in London, we was in a bed and I was just telling you about, like, my child. Like, you just end up sharing shit, and that's going to happen, too, with your partner.
It's very true.
So, that's how I look at it. But, I don't know. It made me question, like, things I did back then. Like, how you feel about, like, posting all the time when you're in a relationship, though? Would you be posting him?
Subliminally. Like, I'll have his
hand. But you mean block out his whole face?
No, that's a bit much. If he's in the picture, he's in the picture. But I don't think I'll be a social media couple. I really don't think I would. I think if he get posted, he get posted. Like, his hand will be on the table and we eat his sushi or something. Yeah. But for me, it's just, this is my life and I don't really want to put my people, like, on. I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe. I don't have an issue with posting and I don't have an issue without posting. Yeah. I won't be posting a lot and I won't be posting very intimate stuff. If we doing something, we doing something. People don't need to see that. In terms of, like, we going on an activity, whatnot. Maybe I'll take a picture of the activity and stuff. But there's levels of, I ain't going to go out of my way. If we take pictures and videos, that's for our memories. Yeah. I'm not going to go out of my way to, like, broadcast it to everybody else. But that's just my opinion. I feel like evil eye is a real thing. And I don't know, I feel like too much of like your life, especially things that's very, I don't know, sacred to you in a sense. That was my opinion.
It don't need to be. I think however you post it now, going to just naturally continue when your relationship. I
definitely feel me in the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We recorded. So no, like in the beginning, okay, I speaking from my experience where I have been in a literally 9-year relationship. But like I think in the beginning when social media had become a thing, it's like you just naturally feel like, oh, I have to post this and I have to post that. And I don't know, as time shifted, like honestly, like life gets serious. Like we had to start figuring out how we was gonna pay this bill, how we was gonna afford rent, and then like posting on social media is like the last fucking thing on your mind.
Big
like,
facts.
And then you start working. Like I would work in a day, and then he used to work in the night, and then like just us having an actual date night was like rare, like a blue moon. Like I ain't thinking I'm posting that on social media. So it's like it had just shift into just us being in the moment, and then we just start posting a lot, and then of course shit was just also going downhill. So it's like I didn't want to put on this like facade of like what actually going on, because a lot of couples out there, I'm telling you, right now, like they could be posting on the gram and the shit.
They house on fire.
Going back to that whole man making woman look for like taking woman for idiot shit. Like you know how many situations like yesterday, today, and tomorrow are going to be here. Like we're gonna see a couple on the gram. And,
literally.
Like, so it's like I just didn't want to be one of those couples. So.
But how you feel like about your man posting you?
My man, thank you to my man. Like, no, I joke it. No, and what, like my birthday, I wouldn't mind a little post, but I don't need like, I don't know. But at the end of the day, let's be honest. If you randomly sitting on having, because this happened to me, like we was randomly having dinner, and then I went on the IG and they had posted a picture of me and just being thankful and grateful for me. Like those little things you do value. You do. Like
you did feel, you know?
Yeah. So, like, those random little things, like, of course I'm going to appreciate. And I've come from a place of knowing how that could feel. But I don't need it. No.
But I would
one day.
Guys, don't feel bad for me. Honestly, it's not bad. It's not.
One day.
Yeah, for sure.
No, but, like, I don't need it every day. And as you say, like, I have so much videos. Like when TikTok became a thing, do you know how many drafts I have of like, but no, the world, they're never gonna see the light of day. Like you're never gonna see it. So like, you know, I have a lot of those. Yeah. So as you say, like you end up, you record shit and you have a lot of memories, but I ain't always for the world to see. And I'm also just a very private person.
Exactly.
Like I tell y'all, if you're not in my close friends, you have no fucking idea. Like what?
Like honestly though, your close friends be popping.
But that's where you know what's going on in my life. But other than that, I might post like here and there. But I just very big on like, I don't know if it's a thing of like, I don't want people to really see what I'm doing every day, because the whole evil eye thing that you're talking about.
Yeah.
But
like even with my man, we mentioned it in a podcast when we was in Assam. We don't even want our man to be so active
on the gram.
Yeah. Like for me, look, be as active as you want to be, but that's just my preference. At the end of the day, I feel like even recently, I went out with somebody, and like they was on the phone a lot, and it's just so. Ugh. You know, the lack of presence that really like brings to you where you don't see what's going on, and especially as a woman, I think. Even on the topic of us wanting to feel safe, I ain't gonna feel safe for you because you're too busy looking on your phone. There's a whole like thief coming for my bag and you can't even see it because you watching something, you know, your head down. And for me, it's just that level of like, I think when I'm in a relationship, I don't even want to, I go mute my man because I don't want to know what you're doing from your stories. I want you to come home and tell me, you know, like even if I,
but you might maybe even know before you watch the stories.
Exactly.
It's like, I know he was going there today, guys. So
are you gonna come tell me this, bitch? I knew. But it's also that level of like, I think before I used to do that, like heavy. Like one of the things I noticed that I did with dating, girl, I used to be like checking for them in a sense of
like what they post.
Yeah, I used to get a bit attached, guys. Especially when I really seen somebody serious. I would be like, oh, I wonder what they're doing, yada yada yada. And I feel like now going into dating, I would deadass mute the person I check in.
Ooh.
I think that's a tactic, not a tactic like TikTok tactics,
Mm-hmm.
but just something I'm going to do moving forward because I feel like it will add more value to my situation because I don't want to know what you're doing from artificial like
No,
sources.
but it is like a level of like I don't want to be taken for idiot. So let me see what's really going on in your life. Like I
feel
see
like
this
my gut
whole.
going to tell me.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes
they
our
be
gut, like,
actors.
we need to go take a shit or something before we figure out what's going on in there because, like, we don't know. But, like, I was recently, Lala Anthony even had a live and then they posted a snippet of it on the Shade Room where she was saying she was at a dinner and that was a big conversation at the table. Like, some women was feeling like the men that don't post is because they hiding a lot of what's going on and, like, people that post, like, ultimately you're oversharing. But like I feel like a lot of people is like they don't know what I feel like there needs to be a healthy medium. Like kind of in the middle. Like I don't need to post
Wait,
maybe
posting? Like for the man?
both. Like I find it a little weird if I go on vacation with my man and like
Oh yeah.
somewhere and like if he just not naturally like if I go with my friends I might naturally just post that I with my friends. So the same way with like if I in a relationship.
But that's where the subliminal for me comes in.
What's
like I will post our shadow and then you see us in the sand.
But you would do that with your friends too.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Oh,
so it's
like that.
Like, but I feel like some people just go out their way, and that's what she was talking about. That like now they're in a relationship, so they're not posting at all.
Yeah.
And that's where it's like, and then some people just overshare. Like I don't post every single thing. Like there's.
It depends because I feel like how she said that it applies to the person like you mentioned how you post now is how you probably gonna post. I ain't gonna lie, I love my friends. I love y'all. I can't tell you the last time my friend was on my probably Elisha spring break party. That was in March.
Spring break.
Spring
I was
fling,
thinking about the one
spring
happened
fling.
just recently.
No,
But you didn't post that day. Yeah, no.
That was probably that was probably the last time I post. So I feel like even with a relationship, if I move in the same, it probably would be like that too.
But that's normal.
Yeah.
Like,
so it depends on the person, I think.
But
too.
I still feel like that. Okay, maybe like I feel that's a happy medium. Like once a year
or twice,
or
twice, if you're lucky.
Yeah. Every season.
Yeah.
Maybe winter now. Or you could get a new picture. But like she was talking about the women specifically talking about the men that don't post at all. Because then it's like a lot of the times they're just hiding a whole life. Whereas women don't do that much. A lot of women don't. You have the women that does their blank out faces, which I find is also
that
weird.
is wild. That just don't post a picture.
At all.
Just don't post a picture because you look stupid.
Ridiculous.
You put a heart over the face or like you look stupid. Just
but
don't
then
post
I also
a
feel
picture.
like you just want people to see you in a relationship and you're not really like
in the relationship.
Why are you posting? Like, do you like what was the sense of the post? You get what I mean? But you know, I don't know. And some people make the conscious choice because I was even thinking about it. Like, I don't think I've said it here. And my brother's in a relationship. He hasn't posted her either yet, or they don't post at all.
And I think that is okay.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, if you was that type of person before, and then now like that going to just naturally. That's why I say going to just flow into how you just naturally post already.
Yeah.
When you get into a relationship.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'd get in a relationship and consciously make the choice now of like I'm not posting this person at all.
No, you gotta let it feel natural.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's also the thing with social media where it's like everybody's saying their take on how much you should post a person and stuff. Do what feels natural. It's the same that applies to everything else. Like I mentioned on the last episode, everybody got a mouth now. Everybody's setting a standard now. Yeah. But it really just applies to you and like how you. If you don't want to post your man, don't post your man. If you want to continuously post them and it's healthy, do your thing. If you want a happy medium, do your thing. It's more of like, see what works for you. Because if somebody coming to you about, oh, you don't be posting your man, tell them go suck their mom. Sorry. But like, that's not your business. Like, it's really not your business.
Same.
But real quick, this is so off topic.
Wow.
But you had seen that post about a girl who was mad at a girl who showed up to her birthday and show her out?
Oh, yeah.
Yo, I had to bring that up.
But I was going to quickly say before you answer that, like, just a tip to people and couples, if you listen to this, like, I really don't want people to, like, follow that whole narrative that I need to post because, like, I need to show the world that I'm in a relationship because it's really not worth it. Because look at Will and Jada.
Look at them. Like, even J. Cole changed his lyrics.
Yeah, he did?
He took out that Will and Jada love.
I
he
need
was
that
out
Jada and like, wait, love, I leave a toothbrush at the crib. Like, he
that
took it
shit
out?
he basically
I
was at a
feel,
concert and he changed it.
oh,
Yeah, I saw a video
wow.
on that. I don't think he took it out of the official song, but when he performs it, he took it out.
Yeah, because now we out here idolizing couples and things, and they just don't like. I think that's a big part too, where people just so surprised about them because they
Yeah.
was like disappointed. Like that's what's going
And
on.
that's the thing too, is more like with a person, is also that other side where it's like, don't be, I mean, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but you don't always have to be up in these dream goal couple
No.
business, because at the end of the day, you're going to compare so much of your situation to that, just like we doing just on social media in general. And that's the thing where I feel like a lot of people don't need to post, because at the end of the day, you making something that's not real. Because I'm not saying everybody who posts is not real, but a lot of y'all stuff be crazy behind closed doors. And you making it look like it's a fairy tale, and now you have other people sitting, have you screaming at them that they're single, and they feel like, they have to have these specific standards and stuff like that, where it's like, really be present in what are you doing.
Yeah.
Because for me, I also take out that whole thing of couple goals. I have no more couple goals.
No.
Like, I really don't. Maybe, nope.
Especially as of this year, we was talking about a whole everybody breaking up thing. I was just like, yeah, I don't think it don't make sense. It don't make sense. It don't make sense anymore.
It really don't make sense.
I give it up.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's like you jealous of, like, you want to read a new book and you so jealous of the cover, you checking like, bye, I need that book, and then you open the book and the page is blank. It's like, what was I jealous of?
Exactly.
That don't make no sense. So it's that level of like, are you just worried about your own situation, but also you don't have to be broadcasting your own situation.
No.
We don't need to see it. We really don't care. Like, not in a fuck up way at all. But if you had a good dinner, great.
Yeah.
Moving on.
I'd rather the food.
Literally.
Let me know which restaurant you're at when you get our
Literally.
pasta. Because, like, that's more important to me.
Yeah.
Food is life.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But talking about jealousy.
Yeah. No, because I was going to bring, we wasn't done with the topic.
Whoa.
But I really had to mention that because I would have forget it.
How you
that
feel
whole
about
dress
that?
thing. I feel like, I'm going to be really blunt. The birthday girl dumb. How you going to show up in such a simple outfit and be mad because your friend actually tried?
Somebody said on Twitter, but the way she dressed, people could be undressing her for life.
Oof. Oof. No, but honestly, that look like you got dressed you could get on back street on the mannequins that'll be outside. Honestly, and truly.
I was just like, well, yeah, if you like, I'm sorry. When I say, if you look at my IG, I like to dress.
Okay, good.
So, like, on my birthday, but at the same time, like, I'm not, if I tell all my friends to come up and show out, and like, bitch, where you get that dress? Like, I would want to know. And even though I don't personally like how the girl was dressed either.
No, it was a bit, it wasn't the right occasion.
It's not my style. But, like, I'm not going to, like, I'm going to big my friend up.
Exactly. No. I'm like, bitch, you look good.
You look good.
Here's a candle, blow it out because it's your birthday too. Nah, for real. Exactly. I will hype
it's our birthday, bitch. Like, but then that's a whole conversation of like how people are really just jealous of their friends.
Yo, but they was mentioning it like I think that's also how I got the whole men backing men and women not backing women, because they were really mentioning like girls be low key hating you. Like, honestly and truly, I'm sorry if my friend pull up to my party shown out.
Yeah,
I can't get mad, especially if I didn't try.
Yeah,
honestly and truly,
you put no effort, zero.
Like zero. You threw
but
on a
now
dress.
you upset.
And the way she was like, oh, like she didn't, because they put up what she said, like she didn't appreciate her coming. Bitch, I came. Like that should be.
But how you feel about? Okay, I was just talking about. I don't talk about things, but like, I had this situation where it's like, I used to do makeup. I just do makeup. Like, the person always wanted to know when I was going to do my makeup, so they know if they should show up just as
what?
well. Yeah, and I think that what I say, like, it's weird how, like, female dynamics of friendships is, and, like, that goes into the whole, like, knowing how you're going to dress to a situation, to a occasion, because it's like, I don't want you to address me, and I want to show up. Either, like, you can't be the center of attention type thing, and that's why I just...
Yeah, because a girl had mentioned like being a girl's girl is sending a picture of your outfit before you go out.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily agree with that, because I feel like every girl has their own style. And okay, cool, I'm gonna tell you if it's semi-cash, semi-formal, whatever, But, and I do tell my girls what I going to wear, to be honest. That's like a trend. But I feel like there's a level of
you want to step into the room and be like, I'm here, bitch.
Exactly. But also there's a level of originality that's now gone because now you feel like you got to compete with me. So you got to wear something that's either in the same lane as mine or better. I hate when my friends ask what I'm wearing. I'm going to be very honest. I hate it. Because it's just like. I would never ask you.
Because to me, it's just like, no, you never ask me what I'm wearing. No.
Because I know you're going to show out. For me, it don't matter. I'm just waiting for you to pull up. Like, I get excited to see what you, like, when you, for your birthday. Yeah. I was waiting.
Why I don't remember. Oh, yeah.
Because in my head, I was like, I know she's going to pull up with something fire. But for me, it's just a matter of wanting to see it, you know?
Yeah.
But, yeah.
And I get, like, let's say we're going to somewhere with a theme. It's like, okay, like, why? I ain't figure out, what I'm doing, what you're going to do type thing. But if you're just going to a general night out, whatever, dinner, like, I'm not asking you what you're wearing. And I don't need you to ask me what I'm wearing because I want you to show up as you and I'm going to show up as me and they're not going to have anything to do with each other. We have our own style, our own energy. Like, you know? And I genuinely do hate it. So if my friends see this and they're like...
Y'all take notes.
I hate it. But it's just like... But I know which friends asking because they're just really struggling to figure out her outfit.
You see, that's what I have because I'm not gonna lie, my friends and I kind of have similar style. Like similar. Mm-hmm. You know, the cargo flares, all of that fun stuff. And sometimes they be asking like what I'm wearing, and then they're like, okay, I'm gonna wear this, but I'm not sure. So we kind of help. And I would always say, like, I have this or something like that. So it's more of an exchange rather than, I never feel like...
see if.
Yeah, I never feel like... Because everybody do have their own style. But I feel like sometimes when my friends come to me, it's more to... Like, I want your opinion on my outfit. I just want your opinion on my outfit, and that's it. But I do get where you're coming from, because I feel like a lot of... Even back then, they would ask me what I'm wearing to make sure they wear something better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, that makeup thing was wild to me. Like, I had a time, like,
that is wild, though. That's wild.
I had a time I forgot to tell them I was going to wear makeup. I was like, I didn't know how to tell you I was going to do my face.
Wait, it was on a schedule? Like, you had to tell them?
Not like, they had asked me if I was going to do my makeup, and I was like, I don't think I'm going to have time to. And then I had time to, so I just showed up with my face with makeup on, and they were just like, you didn't tell me you was going to put on makeup. And I was just like, sorry.
Y'all.
I was just like, I forgot to tell you what I was doing in my face. Sorry.
Nah.
And that's what I mean, like, I think that was what the birthday girl come with.
Yeah.
In that moment. Like, you didn't tell me you was going to outdress me, though. Like,
but it's your birthday. I would expect you to pull up with fire. Exactly. That's the difference.
Yes. But, yeah. No, that is why I had seen it.
I had to mention it because it came across my timeline. I was like...
Hilarious. But I had a question I was going to ask you, like, in the spirit of, like, relationships and stuff. And, like...
And Jada and Will.
And what things that you realized that you had to, like... I don't unlearn or, like, G-check yourself with?
Women. I could really apply it to dating because...
Yeah, okay.
It makes more sense there. Look, guys, you know, I've said I need to disclaim this because it is bad. Because in my head, I'm thinking people are going to be scared because, you know, you hear the girls that have been single for so long. I was in a relationship 3 years ago, but it was 2 months. So, yeah, I don't really, it wasn't that long, but it's the closest thing I could say really came to like that deep shit. With dating and relationship, in a sense, I feel I had to really check myself on... back then, really just how I approached things, because I really had this control way of, I just like to control stuff. Not saying I was controlling the person, but I used to want to control how the situation would go or something like that. And I feel like that didn't allow me to be so present in the moment or really be like, I don't know, just see the person for who they are in a sense.
Do you think that's what you were talking about the time with, like, expectations?
Yeah. Yeah, because I do have standards. Yeah. Let's not get her wrong.
Yeah.
But I feel like regardless of the standards I had, I felt like it was too soon to have specific expectations on certain things. And I wouldn't say it was expectations. I just really created fairy tales in my head. Because I always used to feel like, nah, man, this guy. And I had a rude awakening because I really... in my head, I was like, wow, this is it, guys.
A bit Dululu.
Very Dululu. And sometimes Dululu is the Sululu. But in a lot of cases, it really, it doesn't get you that far. And I feel like you kind of shoot yourself in the foot because, you see a situation much higher than it actually is. So that's kind of where you go left. And I feel like a lot of man them out there, like I'm going to come for y'all. A lot of y'all really take us for idiot. You enjoy the chase, you enjoy the ring around the rosy, and then you just checking like, time for a new playground. So for me, I feel like I used to have situations where it's like, nah, this man, he know what he on, he know what he want, and it's me.
Yeah.
And that's when you start becoming all vulnerable and shit. You can even have a bigger fairy tale and it just goes left. And I feel like nowadays, I really take things for face value, heavy. What I see is what I see. I don't judge you off of anything until you really show me a level of like evidence, or not to sound like an FBI agent, but just that level of like, okay, I could trust. The reassurance, the assurance. Okay, I knew it was coming.
But that's a song, right? Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Not insurance, but assurance.
Assurance. So that's one thing I check myself for, just taking things at face value, really taking it for what it is.
Yeah, I think that overlaps with what I learned recently.
Okay, what is
like I could be very Dululu. Is it a Pisces thing? It's a Pisces thing. I'm very Delulu. Like, but I could be very Delulu. So I'm now working on taking things for face value. But I think when I was in a relationship, like or just situationships, I used to want to be Captain Save a Nigga.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And
here's your hat.
Yes, and I had to take on that like role of always wanting to like J. Cole even have a son, but it's like don't save him, nigga never going to change. Like this niggas don't ever change.
But if they do, it's not for you. No, and it's messed up to think too, because I used to be like that too, where it's like I could change him, but not change him, but I could be that person to make him go down the right path.
And like,
but
save him.
You can't do shit.
No.
You really can't do anything. It's up to them. You could be there as support, but you, in most cases, become collateral damage by being that support. I feel like a lot of situations I became collateral damage from trying to support.
And like I just watched the Kardashians, guys. Like, I am a fan. But like, Chloe said something recently in the last episode, and I was just like, she was like, yeah, it's going to hurt me that like I put all this effort into building these men. She talked about Lamar, she talked about Tristan, and like, yes, he's a great nigga now, but I put in all our work, and now I have to send him off to go give that to somebody else. But she was just like, and I had always known how great these guys was. She said I had always known how great they were, but I just for the first time have to show up for myself because nobody ever thought about me and show up for me. And she was just like, like, I wish they had see how great I was. They see me now, but it's too late. Like, why they didn't see that from the jump?
Because they didn't see that in themselves. They say use a reflection of what you see in yourself. If you see yourself as great, you're going to see somebody else as great too. Like, you have that capability of seeing them to that high regard. Yeah. But if you don't see yourself as shit, you're going to project that onto somebody else. And I feel like that's the unfortunate situation with a lot of men that at least I have come across, where it's like they either insecure, they don't feel like they're at a place in life, or they don't feel like they're at a place in life to be with me. So they just have that level of, I don't know, just project, and they can't see me for that phenomenal.
Yeah, but also like, if you know you're in shit, leave me alone. Like,
but that's the thing they want. Audacity is free.
But
they really want. They're checking like, wow, time waste. Let's do it.
Sign me up.
Yep.
Sign me up. But I just like no. But then I feel like you should see that as opportunity. Like, I also value this person, so let me not waste their time. But if you're not thinking that way, please, because they don't really value alone.
Yeah, I think they value the attention, they value the ego boost, they value even the physical aspect. Because I think with dating too,
you don't like specifically sex.
Hello.
Like, I mean, like, yeah, everybody gets horny, but like, keep it in your pants.
Sheesh, or at least control it to a level. Like, now I, have this thing of just
I get it.
Trying to find that mental connection, that internal connection, because I feel a lot of the times y'all be prioritizing that physical shit, and I do get it because it feels good. But is that level of it feels even better when you have a connection, when that energy exchange is on the next level.
It is.
But I feel like we don't even get there because you want that instant gratification, and once you get it, it's like, okay, what do we do now?
Yeah, it is.
You really thinking back on it. I see you like, yeah. That time. Yeah, no, it's not. It's not ideal
Had a
out
little
here.
flashback.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. Sorry. What
No,
we
no,
was talking
it's
about?
okay. It's okay. You back? You here?
I think so.
Yeah. But yeah, okay, so that's one of the
What? Yeah.
yeah, that's one of the things you feel like, okay, cool.
Oh, with the Captain Save a Nigga
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, for sure. But I have a list. I also realized that, like,
I'm here for you. Come, let me hear it.
no, like, I'm going to really stop trying to save, like, as you say, take them for face
Yeah.
value, da da da. But, like, I also really working on, and I learned that a lot just from being a teacher. Like, I used to really, I don't like to argue, right? I just like discussing. Like, I like, I like having argument points.
Yeah.
And
Like a healthy conversation.
yes, so that we could get
that
to
goes
a
back and forth.
solution. But it goes back to even what you say
Mm-hmm.
on an episode. But like, if why hearing is a bunch of bullshit,
I'm not
it's
gonna
hard
listen.
for me to listen.
Mm.
But I really working on, like, they have the whole saying you gotta. A lot of people just listen to respond and not just listen to listen.
Yeah.
I
They
used
just
to
wait for their turn.
I used to listen to respond a lot, but it was a lot of bullshit I was hearing, so it was hard for me to just listen.
Yeah.
So yeah, the lights. We're
The
working
lights
with
are like,
sensors.
guys,
We're working with sensors.
come
But
back.
it's okay.
But is there much of a difference?
I don't know. I feel like these lights are doing it.
Honestly and truly, the
They
lighting
really-
is still booming.
Yeah. But it's fine.
Yeah.
We'll leave this in.
Yeah.
'cause we do not
Unfiltered,
edit.
honest conversation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But what was I saying?
Yeah. Ay caramba.
Oh no. Listen to respond.
Yeah.
Listen to listen. Yes. 'Cause like I listen to children talk about shit that they should not be worried about every day.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, she said it's about me and he did this and da 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 and yeah, da 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 da. Like,
Mhm.
and I really had to just like, like really just like make them feel validated a lot of the time. So it's like I try to apply that
Yeah,
into
'cause
my
I do
life,
think that's
even
what
though
people
it's
want.
shit that I hearing, So it's like,
Disclaimer.
yeah.
Yeah.
So da. But I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Freak. I had something when you was like these lights. As much as I appreciate them, we still look good.
But listen to
But
response.
something jump out my head. Yeah, no, but in terms of
When I say I have a list.
yeah,
I hope
It
you
ain't gonna come.
remember.
I know because it was actually like a proper point, but
But
it's-
something about yourself.
yeah to G check.
Oh,
But I completely she gone. G be gone.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like, you
yeah,
need to walk
yeah.
up around
So
and-
we go yeah.
Yeah, nah. I guess those things, but it overlap with what you say a lot of just. I need to get into reality.
But yeah.
I know I'm
present.
alive, but I be
My heart beating.
fantasizing
Yeah.
a lot.
But they feed the fantasies.
Who
The men.
do they?
They make promises. They make a lot of
Oh,
promises. They
yeah.
create a lot of images.
And then I just run with it,
you run
and
with
I
it.
act like I fucking Cinderella
Yo.
and create some happy ever after.
Nah, it's
but-
next level.
Mm.
But yeah, I feel like from now on with dating, I don't know, I've just been I'm more experienced,
Mhm.
and I feel like as I go into it, I also more know what I want.
Yeah.
Whereas like my gut gonna tell me if this man is good for me. Like I've been dating guys recently, and I'm like, nah, you ain't it.
Mhm.
But not in a way that's like I'm being picky or anything. You just know if you ain't clicking.
Mhm.
So
I think
yeah.
that's something I learned now too. Cause guys, like if I was out the game for a decade, so it's like it was just very new to me to like meet people and just figure out if feeling if I should listen to it. That's why I say the whole taking a shit thing. Like, like I gotta figure out what's going on in my gut.
Yeah.
So and I now realize like when my gut telling me certain things, like what it means and like to really listen to it, or sometimes like I overthink it too much or those kind of things. That's what I learned in the past.
I ain't gonna
years.
lie, I'm so sorry. I'm still trying to find what I want.
know.
But it's not coming back. I gotta give up. But yeah,
She gonna
so
put it in the comments.
if I really get to guys, I'm gonna put it in the I'm trying to retract my memory, but
Oh
my
my
brain says
God.
my brain sounds ain't be working these days, so it ain't gonna come back.
Nah.
But we had a little
Yes,
dilemma.
it had to kind of do with the whole. Because I guess people would say that Jada they had come out and say it was in an open relationship. What they had to say? There was in an open marriage? Because when the whole August I'll see nothing come out, they didn't tell us that, like, what they had say was the excuse.
That she could have lived as a single person and he could have lived as a single person.
Something like that.
Something.
But I don't know. Like, okay, I saw this thing and I wanted to ask you, like, what advice would you give this friend? Maybe people see it on the shade room. But the lady was, this is Mickey Kendall. This is a woman that write the book called Feminism.
Oh, wow.
And I was just talking about her.
Literally.
And if you haven't read, I put it on my IG, but if you want to learn anything about women of color, like, especially black women, go read Hood Feminism. But anyway, she put, a childhood friend has 4 kids, and her husband asked for an open relationship earlier this year. Now, his logic was that she looks different, but y'all, so does he. It's been 25 years. Anyway, she agrees to the open marriage, and he instantly has a girlfriend. And she was heartbroken. So, she was moping for 3 months, and I genuinely thought she was going to end up in divorce. But she started applying for better jobs, looking at apartments, you get the idea. Yeah. So, she met a man at one of the networking events she went to, and they started dating. Her husband is pissed. He still has a girlfriend. So, he just thought she wouldn't meet anyone. And now that she has, he's pissed. The kids are grown and she's out with her new boo 3 or 4 nights a week. Dude also has a grown child and a nice little condo. You get the idea. Now, her husband tell her to go to her friends for the advice as to what to do.
Mm-hmm.
What would you do? What would you tell this friend?
Wait, her husband asked her friend to go to...
Her husband tell her to go to her friends for advice. Go to her.
For advice, well, I'm living happy with my new boyfriend.
But he don't want it.
Then he should go to his friends for advice. don't come to me to go fix your problem. Like,
but what would you tell your friend that in that situation? I think that's a sticky one because it's like, do you tell your friend? Would you ever tell your friend that you need to divorce? Because this is our marriage we're talking about.
Tell my friend that I need to divorce.
Like your friend.
Oh, you mean like what advice I would give her?
Yeah.
Or I'll be like, baby, live your life. If this man is treating you right, go through, because you got a man's over here who wanted to step out and go find somebody who looks different.
Yeah.
And now you doing the same thing and he can't take it. Bye.
But you would actually tell her
but
to
y'all
get
got
divorced.
kids.
Yeah, but they're grown.
Yeah, they're good. They could take it. So divorce. I don't know. For me, okay. I wouldn't tell my friend to divorce because that's not my place.
Mm-hmm.
But I would kind of be like, girl, you need to know what you on.
You need to reassess.
Yeah, I would give her scenarios. Do you want to live in a house with 4 people where it's like you and your husband and then his girlfriend and your man and it's just toxic? Yeah. Do you want to be in a situation where you with this guy and you're trying to be happy, but this man is not here for it, even though he's doing the same thing? Or do you want to be in a situation where y'all rekindle what you have?
Yeah.
Now she have to think, do I want to rekindle what I have with my man?
Yeah. But can you rekindle that?
No. So you should go. But me asking her that question,
yeah.
You know, girls, we don't tell our girls what to do. We ask them questions to lead to what they already know they should do.
Yeah.
So
that's but I also would ask, like, what would be the purpose? Why are you married?
Why?
And I think, like, apply that to
like,
not Uncle Sam, but like, I don't know. I think people need to ask themselves a lot of the times of like, what are you in the relationship for? Is it back to the whole like perfect couple thing?
Yeah.
Like you don't want to come across as. And I realize that we have that a lot in the, maybe just as human race. I was gonna say Caribbean, but I think as a human race type of thing that like you don't want to come across as, you know, like, fuck, my marriage failed to people.
It's more and of how it looks on the outside.
That's a bigger fear to people than actually just going into the, I don't know if it's the census office or the courthouse to get a divorce. Because then that says something about your success and failures in life.
But it really doesn't.
But the actual failure is the fact that y'all both got a man and a woman.
Like, what's the bigger failure? A man out here making you look like a clown, or you getting divorced?
Yeah, but now she have her man now too, so it's like
they all look like a circus.
Yeah, it's a whole circus.
Yeah, like I'm sorry, but like I get it. You do have your man, but then you have your husband. What the?
That's a bad situation.
And what is the situation? Like, do you still have sex with your husband, and then you have sex with your man? Like now you have to think about that too, because I feel like if that's the situation, y'all should all just live together and have a therapist, like living in the
Yeah.
house, like a
Yeah.
live-in therapist, and then go from there. But I feel like if it's a situation where your man wanted to step out and now you also exploring your options, y'all should divorce.
See, but then that's the thing with like a lot of these men are like to spit the narrative of like, oh, you know, they actually think a lot of men should be polyamorous, and then like they get in these relationships. But what is polygamous?
Polyamorous is when you love multiple people. Polygamous is when you
polygamous relationships. But then it's like it's only beneficial to them specifically. So like
literally,
I want to be able to have different women in my life,
but just like threesomes.
You not allowed to have others.
No,
though. Yeah,
but it's even like threesomes. It's like you do have guys who have the two guys, but a lot of them get so thing about it. Like, no, we're gonna have another woman.
Yeah, which is
you so okay with your girl kissing up another girl, but you don't like gays. I'm sorry, there's a level to it where it's like boy maths. It's not mathing. It really isn't. Like, get it together. So for me in that situation, I would tell her dip.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't tell her dip. I would lead
think
her
I
to
would
that.
though. I really think I am that friend. Like, I think it's time for you to go.
Yeah.
Like, call me when we're gonna pack up your shit.
Facts. I'll help you, and you know.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, I've literally done that. Like, call me when you're ready to pack the shit up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we're gonna go. But yeah, you remember?
No, I didn't even think about it anymore because I know I ain't gonna get it. And I just know it had to do with like something.
We're gonna insert. Think about it. Eventually, remember. Shoot, put it in the comments.
I'll put it in the comments.
Yes.
Or we'll just bring it up in another episode because I feel like what I remember need to be like talked about, Sakmar. So
okay, cool.
We'll touch on it, guys. Don't worry. We'll come back to you. But yeah, thank y'all.
What was the name of this episode in 18 in Finnish? Yeah. Dekitestera. I remember that from
Kadeksantoista. Kadeksantoista. But she said the so she says Kadeksantoista. It's like
Let me see.
You see? Yeah, guys. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We appreciate you as usual.
Yes.
This was take 2 in the studio. We're getting used to the cameras now.
Yeah.
As you could tell. It's still a learning process, but so far it's been going
I just
great.
really, I don't know.
We just here for this. And I hope y'all here for this.
Please
There's gonna be
don't
more
forget.
of this.
I want people to like, if you're still here, tell somebody, yo, this episode was dope. Share it. Go watch it.
Hello.
And yeah, make them join the community because y'all love to watch the episodes and listen to the episodes. So get other people to watch.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to like give us your opinion on certain stuff.
Comments.
Like,
a lot of people commented in
join
the
the
last
conversation.
episode. You could comment down on this one. Let us know what you think.
Exactly. And just know there's more coming. There's like we
Exactly.
always say it, but just know from time we start this, we've always seen ourselves going up. So it's only up.
And y'all coming with us.
Exactly. So climb aboard. We will see y'all bi-weekly on Tuesday. Thank you for tuning into episode Kadeksantoista. And we will see y'all bi-weekly on Tuesdays. We out.
Bye.